Aloha and hello out there, everybody. What's going on? This is Miho with the Too Close to Call podcast series, joined, as always, with my co-host, Pags. And this is the Tee 'em Up series where we decided to take our time before we came to you guys because, first of all, a man can only handle so many Woj bombs before it's just too much.
Dude, a 2 a.m. Woj bomb on Friday night was epic.
It was epic. I mean, some of the moves we kind of knew, we kind of anticipated from the start. For the instant reaction pod, me and you, we had discussed, we're kind of like, you know what, let's let these sit. Everybody saw him coming, so there's no need to be like, hey, did you see Durant to the Nets? Like, duh. Okay, cool. We saw it happen. Let's wait until Kawhi Leonard makes a decision. Because ultimately, even though it seems that it was delayed, somehow we all knew that there was going to be some sort of massive shakeup in the NBA. Even if he was going back to Toronto, I don't think they were just going to run back the same squad. Kawhi knew it probably wasn't going to happen again, so there were going to need to be some additions. I certainly did not see the massive earthquake, figuratively. I don't need to make light of the literal earthquake that just happened, but the Paul George move from the Thunder for a record 5 first-round picks, dude. Woo, baby. Kawhi Leonard just continues to be a man that nobody has any idea about.
And then it comes out that he made a call to Durant and was like, hey, I think we'd complement each other really well. And then Durant comes out and is like, me and Kawhi don't talk. We're not friends. Like, it was crazy to have him just give me a call like that. Is this Kawhi as mysterious as we all think? The answer is yes.
Yeah, he's looking at every option, every potential solution, and ultimately ended up with LA and the West Coast in the latest move here. But like we said, don't want to be as reactionary. I actually want to let you drive a little bit here in this one, Pags, because since you've been hot recently with your picks and predictions, why don't we go ahead and let you look into the crystal ball of the future and let us know who the playoff teams will be for next year already, since I would say 85% of the rosters are pretty much set at this point for the teams.
All right, let me get to my little crystal ball here.
What are you doing?
I'm thinking of Space Jam. You're Charles Barkley. Aliens have taken your talent, and Michael Jordan's playing with Bugs Bunny. Bugs Bunny?
Bugs Bunny? I was thinking that or Shazam. I was like, what is happening right now?
All right, here we go. 1 through 8, off the cuff here, and then I'll tell you why. Eastern Conference.
All right.
Sixers 1, Bucks 2, Pacers 3, Boston 4, Nets 5, Toronto 6, Miami 7, Orlando 8.
Oh.
I think the Pistons will be right there too with Blake Griffin, but I think the Heat have gotten better with Jimmy Butler. With the potential of Russell Westbrook coming there, they could probably shoot up a little higher. But Sixers have gotten better than any team in the East. They're deeper. They play defense. Scoring's going to be a little bit of an issue, but I don't think it's going to be a problem. Embiid's going to come back in the best shape of his life, and they're going to take the East. Bucks stayed the same, so that's not bad for them. They are still a solid team. They're going to be right there as the 2 seed, maybe a game back of the Sixers. Pacers with Oladipo coming back, adding Brogdon. That's going to be a solid team. People forget that they were the 3 seed for a while last year, even when they did lose Oladipo. So I don't see them taking a big step back. Boston's going to be Boston. They're going to be right there in the mix, adding Kemba Walker, losing Kyrie Irving, but I think Kemba's going to step in there and be a solid player. I think Horford's going to be a bigger miss for them. Brooklyn kind of just sitting there with Kyrie there, but with Durant probably going to miss the entire year. They're obviously going to be a little bit better in years to come. And then you end up with Miami there, Orlando. We all see Toronto without Kawhi, and it ain't much. So I don't think they're not going to be a playoff team, but I think they're going to be much lower seed.
There you go. Well done, Pags. Well done.
I am a NBA guru, and I am on point with my projections lately.
That's it. So now I can cross-reference them to the Sugar House odds to see if you're on point there with what they have going on. But right off the bat, I was writing down as you were talking there, the first four, Sixers, Bucks, Pacers, Celtics. Interesting to me. I'm more optimistic that the Sixers could be better than the Bucks, but Giannis being the MVP, them pretty much bringing everybody back, long, lanky, adding the Lopez brother, I still see them as the team to beat in the Eastern Conference, and it looks like the Sugar House agrees with me. They have the Bucks as the number one team in the East to win it all at plus 600, but the Sixers in second right there. There you go, plus 900. And then not an Eastern Conference team, actually, for quite a while. To the next one they have is actually the Nets and Celtics, even odds at plus 2,200 at 3 and 4. So I agree with you, though. I think the Pacers are going to be a little bit better than people think because Oladipo was playing almost at an MVP level. I don't know. It's one of those things coming off an injury. Maybe they don't think he's going to be full throttle right from the start. It's going to take him time, kind of like a Gordon Hayward of this year, to adapt and really come back from something that's serious. But ultimately, I think he's going to be back at a high level. You do have Brooklyn, who in the second half, I think we may see Kevin Durant before people anticipate, just because with the way recovery is, and it's to the guy's benefit to be a little bit more of a string bean because he doesn't have 200, 300 pounds like some of these NFL guys coming down on these legs. So he may be able to adjust a little bit quicker. Now, the re-injury percentage, I guess, would be a concern. You know, you don't want to rush him back if there is a higher percentage of re-injury, but if it is just kind of a mental block, I think that team's deep enough, and with Kyrie, he won't have to do it all to where maybe they can, kind of not have to rush him back in and give him 10 minutes and then 12 minutes and then 14 minutes and not go right into the 30, 35 a night. But Toronto, it was nice knowing you. I hope you enjoyed the one championship. Drake, you can now get the fuck out of the limelight again. We'll never see you. I am happy for that. And the only wild card remaining here, Pags, that could throw a wrench into these top 2, 3, 4 seeds is the ripple effect from what we'll get to in the Western Conference, but the murmurs of Russell Westbrook and the Miami Heat potentially trying to become dance partners, or even a little bit of rumblings about Detroit. But the Heat seem to be somebody where if you pair him with Jimmy Butler for the next 4 years, I would certainly be looking at giving up quite a few number one draft picks to make that happen.
Yeah, but can you see those two playing together for more than 2 years? There's no way.
Well, that's the
Those
thing in
guys
today's
have-
NBA. You know, you trade one of them later in 2 years and you get all the number ones back because it's a year-to-year league, even if they sign. That's why everybody, why would you sign Ben Simmons for 5 years? Oh, geez. But here's the deal, guys. If the Sixers lose in the first round next year, whether he signs that or not, he's going to request a trade and he's going to be out of here. Or it happens 2 years from now when they lose in the first round. Oh, look at that. Trade me to the Lakers or I'm not playing. Like, it's a players' league, people. Even if he signs for 5 years, doesn't mean he's going to be here for 5 years. Ask Paul George in the city of Oklahoma City how that 4-year pact worked in 350 days later. So I know we're jumping around there, man, but I like that conversation. And to be good on time, dude, go into that West Coast action. Give me your top 8 out West because that was some good shit from you earlier. So no pressure here on the next round, but let's see what you got.
All right, West Coast. I'm going to go Lakers 1, Clippers 2, Denver 3, Golden State 4, Portland 5, Houston 6, Utah 7, San Antonio 8, and a sleeper team, the Pelicans, flirting around there with Zion and JJ and Drew Holiday potentially getting in the top 8.
Interesting. Okay, I was trying to jot that down quickly as you were talking, and you do have a little bit of action in the West Coast compared to last year, that's for damn sure, with your Lakers number 1 overall. So you're thinking this LeBron AD thing's going to work, dude. Just the two of them. I mean, they signed Rajon Rondo back, dude, and Danny Green? I don't know, man. I see them being good, But I see LeBron as not being the same guy he was, and I'm thinking that AD and him is going to be solid, but not top dog, man.
Here's the thing. It's going to be tough, and the brunt of it all is going to fall on Kyle Kuzma to be that guy for them, to be that third star there for that team. I don't know if he can do it, but I'm putting my money on LeBron, and LeBron feeling completely disowned because of not making the playoffs this year and everything. I think he's going to have something to prove this year. He's going to have another team in the same city as him with another two stars. So that is going to be must-see TV when those two teams play each other.
How about that, dude? And here you go. According to the Sugar House, we have the Clippers as the favorites at plus 275 with the Lakers number 2 at plus 375, and a little bit of a gap to the Bucks and Sixers like we mentioned. But, dude, that's going to be the best and the worst at the same time, just being on the East Coast, because always in years past, it's been the Lakers for 41 home games. It's the center of the NBA universe. Even last year, LeBron, they're on TV almost every freaking time at home. The ticket prices are outrageous. Well, now, not only the 41 days where they have a home game, but the other 41 days where the Clippers have a home game, it's still going to be the center of the NBA universe, man. And all the games at 10 o'clock, I'm not going to be able to make it till 12:30 to watch all these guys play. And it's kind of like the Mike Trout syndrome of the West Coast, to where, dude, are you going to stay up and watch LeBron and AD beyond halftime at 11 o'clock to any of these games? Are you going to watch Kawhi Leonard and Patrick Beverly and Paul George beyond 24 minutes? And it's just, I can't every night till 12:30. It's frustrating, man, because I wish they would just start like at 9, and then maybe you could smell the fourth quarter.
Why do you think I'm having another baby in January, baby? That means I'm going to be up during those hours. Throw on the West Coast games, baby.
You're going to be live gramming at 2 in the morning, doing your best Natural Geographic. You're gonna be like, and I'm walking through the hallway trying not to wake the baby while watching Kawhi Leonard and Paul George take on the Golden State Warriors.
Oh, man. But I feel like it's like doing a disservice to a lot of these other West Coast teams because, I mean, the Nuggets are a solid team. They went to 7 against the Trailblazers. I mean, the Trailblazers go to conference finals, get swept, but they were leading a lot of those games. So the West is still packed, and I still think Golden State is a top 4 team in the West, minus Clay for some of the year and Durant. I think Curry is that good of a player.
It's going to be interesting to see how they integrate D'Angelo Russell, and it's going to be him and Curry, obviously, but then when Thompson comes back, how do those 3 guards play with their minutes and rotations and things like that? But to your point here, the Warriors have the 5th best odds and 3rd best in the West at plus 1,200, followed by the Rockets, Jazz, and Nuggets. So you, sir, who has Denver as the 3 seed, you're staring at some good value if you're high on them at plus 2,000. That may be something worth looking at, but you're absolutely right, man. After that, like I said, Jazz, Nuggets, Rockets, and Trailblazers all staring at you there in the top half of the bracket with, you know, New Orleans and San Antonio not too far behind. And the surprise team there, who we didn't mention, but kind of getting a little more love in the odds than we've seen, is the Dallas Mavericks. People are high on the Porzingis and Luka Doncic combination there with a couple of additions. Think that could be the move. So we shall see, man. But the turnover has been absolutely crazy. I know it was like, 40% of everybody was a free agent, so we knew this was going to happen. I am beyond pleased with the Leonard decision to go to the Clippers. If he went to the Lakers, man, it was just going to be the same old bullshit of like, why are we doing this again? Sixers, Lakers, that's sweet, but, you know, we're huge underdogs. Now I feel like the Sixers, they have as many ping pong balls in this NBA championship lottery as the rest of them. And I feel like you said, there's probably 10 teams where if you're sitting at a bar 6 beers deep, you could genuinely feel like they have a chance to win the goddamn title.
I just thought of this. Speaking of me getting things right, full disclosure, people, we did start doing an NBA podcast and then cut it off because we wanted to wait for the Kawhi decision. But in those tapes, I did say, bring Boogie to the Lakers, reunite him with AD. Got that one right, too. Let's roll.
Oh, there you go, right? So you got Kuzma, Green, LeBron, and AD. So the first five ain't terrible, I guess, but LeBron's your point guard. So I don't know. Well, we'll see, dude. It's a lot of personality for one basketball there. It's going to be interesting. Obviously, they'll be improved and make the playoffs, in my opinion. But all the way to number one or number two, oh, man, people are just higher on LeBron, I guess, than I am at this age.
It's going to be awesome, and the parity of this league is back. We don't have that great white buffalo in the Golden State Warriors. Is anybody going to knock them off? Or is watching the NBA on Christmas even worth it because you know what the ending result's going to be? It's finally back. You had touched on it, and the Kawhi decision just made it perfect. So there's going to be a bunch of teams there that are going to be like, we have a shot at this, and it sure as hell is going to be a lot of fun to watch.
That's it. Call our hotline with your takes on which bets do you think have the best value right now, or which one of those rankings do you think Pags is most off with? And that number is 484-238-0735. Hit us up. Let us know your takes at Too Close to Call Cast, the number 2 both times on Instagram, and we'll talk with you guys there. And if not, we'll talk with you guys about the NBA here again very shortly.
Can't wait. Later, guys.
Peace.